guys. Ellen and Lee are going to help me with something in a minute, so they're going to hang out and listen while I read the story. The story that we're reading today is Bremen Town Musicians. And Bremen is in Germany. And as you know, we've been visiting different places in the world. We've been in Europe, the continent of Europe. And you've read some stories and did some activities on some different countries in Europe. And today, the country that we're going to, like I said, is Germany. Now, Germany is kind of a special place to me because most of my family is actually from Germany. In fact, my grandparents on my mom's side both immigrated from Germany. So let's find out what happens in this story called the Bremen Town Musicians. Once there was an old donkey who was much too old to work. His owner didn't want to feed a donkey that couldn't work, so he made the donkey go away. The donkey started out on the way to Bremen. Bremen will be a good place for me, thought the donkey. I may become a musician there. When the donkey had been walking for a while, he saw a dog. The dog looked very sad. "Why do you look so sad?" asked the donkey. "Oh," said the dog, "I am an old dog. I'm so old that my owner doesn't want me anymore. She says she won't feed me. Now I don't know what to do." "Why don't you come with me?" said the donkey. "I'm on my way to Bremen. I'm going to become a musician there. Come with me and you can be a musician too." The dog said that she would come, and they went on their way. In a little while, they came to a cat. The cat looked very sad. "Why do you look so sad?" asked the donkey. "You would be sad too if your owner threw you out," said the cat. "I am too old to run after a mouse, so my owner doesn't want me. He told me to go, but I don't know where to go." "Come to Bremen with us," said the donkey. "This dog and I are going to become musicians there. All cats can sing, so you can sing with us." And so the cat went with the donkey, and the dog. Soon the three animals came to a rooster. He was crowing and crowing, but he looked very sad. "Why are you crowing, and why do you look so sad?" asked the donkey. "Oh, my owner doesn't want me anymore," said the rooster. "I think she wants to make me into soup, so I'm crowing while I can." Has anybody ever had chicken soup? It's pretty good. "Come away with us," said the donkey. "We are on our way to Bremen to become musicians. You sing well, so you can be a musician like us. You'll have a happy time in Bremen." The four animals went on the way to Bremen. There's the four of them going to Bremen. When night came, they looked for a place to sleep. The donkey and the dog found places under a big tree. The cat and the rooster went up into the tree. The rooster went all the way to the top of the tree. From there, he could see a light. "I see a light," said the rooster. "I think it's coming from a house." "Let's go there," said the donkey. "Yes, the house is a much nicer place to sleep than a tree," said the dog. The four animals started to walk to the place where the rooster saw the light. I wonder what they are going to find. When they got to the house, the donkey looked in the window. "What do you see?" said the rooster. "I see a table with lots of good food on it," said the donkey, "and robbers are eating the food." There's the robbers. The raccoons are the robbers. "If we could get the robbers out of the house," said the cat, "then we could have that food." The four animals talked and talked about how to get the robbers out of the house. At last they had an idea. The donkey stood just outside the window. The dog stood on the donkey's back. The cat stood on the dog's back, and the rooster stood on the cat's back. Then all at once they made their music. The donkey cried, hee-haw, hee-haw. The dog barked, arf, arf. The cat called, meow. And the rooster crowed, cock-a-doodle-doo. See that? They're all working together, aren't they? You think it's going to work to get the roosters out? I'm sorry, the robbers out? Oh boy, looks like they're running. The robbers jumped up and started to run. They thought that some monster was about to get them. Away they ran. Then the 4 animals went into the house and ate all the supper they wanted. What a feast. After they ate, the animals went to sleep. The donkey went to sleep outside. The dog found a place beside the back door. The cat found a warm place by the fire. The rooster went up onto the roof. Meanwhile, the robbers had stopped running. I think it's all right to go back to the house now, said one. I'm going to go back and see. Uh-oh. When he got to the house, it was dark. There wasn't a sound. The robber went inside and started to go into the kitchen. But on the way, he stepped on the cat's tail. Meow! Cried the cat. It jumped up at the robber and clawed him. Ouch. The robber ran for the back door, but on the way, he stepped on the dog's tail. The dog jumped and bit the robber. The robber ran outside, but on the way, he stepped on the donkey's tail. The donkey gave him a good, hard kick. Ouch! As the robber ran away, the rooster called from the roof, cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! When the robber got back to his friends, he was shaking. What happened? Asked the friends. Can we go back to the house now? We can't go back, he said. 4 great big monsters live there now. The first one cut me with its claws. The second one cut me with a knife. The next one hit me with a big stick. And as I ran away, the last one shouted, let me at him too! Let me at him too! After that day, the robbers never went back to the house. That pleased the Bremen town musicians. They were very happy to live in the house without any robbers. There they are. So, one of the reasons I like this story so much is it gives a good example of how working together can be much better than trying to do something on your own. You remember the part where they all stood on each other and scared the robbers, right? They wouldn't have been able to do that without each other's help. But together, they were able to scare away the robbers and have a nice place to stay and plenty of food to eat. So the girls wanted me to show you this little activity that is another example of how teamwork can really help you out. So you can try this with some family members if you want. Make sure that you have an adult or an older sibling help you. And what we have here is just a piano bench, but if you don't have a piano bench, you can use a chair or a stool. And so what I want Aaliyah to do now, first, is just lift this piano bench by herself, just a couple inches off the floor. Whoa, okay, put it down. All right. Now that looks kind of heavy, right, for Aaliyah to lift all by herself. That was kind of heavy, right, Aaliyah? Yeah. So let's see what happens when Bella joins us, and she's going to help Aaliyah lift the piano bench. Whoops, not yet.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so on the count of 3, I just want you to lift it a couple of inches, okay? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, a couple of inches, yeah, and put it down. And let's ask Aaliyah how heavy that piano bench felt. Did that piano bench feel any lighter with Bella's help?
Yeah.
It did. Now I'm going to join in, and I'm going to come to this end, and on the count of 3, we are going to lift a couple inches off the ground, okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa.
Wow, that's not heavy at all. Okay, set it down. I could hold this all day long.
Me too.
So with 3 people, it was even lighter. And you can imagine if we got a 4th person, which we don't have 4 people in our house, but some of you probably do, it would be even easier. So alone, it's hard to lift this piano bench by yourself. But together, you guys, we can all do it much easier, right? And with much less strain. So teamwork can really pay off. And I thought that that story was such a good example of it, and this activity was kind of a fun way to see how that works out. And so now I want you, after you try this activity, if you would like, remember with an adult or an older sibling, I would like you to take a piece of paper out and think about a time that working with someone else or as a team helped you get something done that would have been harder for you to do otherwise without help from someone. Okay, so just think of a time that you used teamwork to get something done. You can write a few words or you can draw a picture. And as we go about our day, just keep that in mind. See if you can be helpful to someone, right? Because it's always better to work with someone to get something done than to try and do it all by yourself. Most of the time. Sometimes we have to work on our own. But teamwork is a really important thing for us to all remember, especially these days when we're all stuck at home and we really got to remember to try and get along and work together. All right, so we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.